Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Hala Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Reka Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth and who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Akim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Quatas of Zion, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai with another lesson, with another video, and Lord willing, this video is edifying. Gone. So it's Janus, it's January 1st, 2022. Yeah, man. So these people, they worship, they don't know what. They are infused with the tradition of men, you know. What they do is not according to the Bible. What they do is not just a festivity, you know, because some people might think that, we're not following the Bible. We're just doing festivities, you know. It's that time of the year, so we're just gonna do that. I'm not religious. I'm not spiritual, yada yada yada. But little do they know that they are hooked up into this matrix. That they are hooked up into Esau, Edom, his cup of abominations, and they are partaking unknowingly. They're partaking in these festivals and in these worshipings of Esau, Edom. You know, because Esau, Edom is the so-called white man that is letting his ways and mannerisms and ways of doing things, he is letting that being spread worldwide, you know. So people that are atheists, people that are Buddhist, people that are doing all kind of other things that don't call themselves religious or do call themselves religious, still they partake in this feast. And what is this feast day actually? What is this holiday? Let me see. Can skip the first part. Yeah, let me just read it from the beginning. Champagne toast, countdown parties, the iconic ball drop at Times Square. New Year's Eve is famously known for its rowdy, fun-filled festivities honoring the start of the new calendar, and is one of the most celebrated holidays around the world. But did you know that the start of the new year wasn't always celebrated on January 1st, or that it was first commemorated with a festival lasting a total of 11 days? When did New Year's Day become a holiday? According to History.com, the earlier recorded celebration to honor the new year is believed to date back some 4,000 years in 2000 BC to ancient Babylon. For these Mesopotamians, the beginning of the new year was heralded by the first new moon after the vernal equinox, which took place around late March and was celebrated with a huge 11-day festival called Akitu. You see? So even in the Babylonian, the ancient Mesopotamian empire, 2000 BC, 4,000 years ago, they were already worshipping deities, and that deity was called Akitu, which involved a different ritual on each of its days. The holiday celebrated the mythical victory of the sky god, which is Marduk, over the sea goddess Tiamat. And that Marduk, let me just go into a couple of these. Akitu wiki. Akitu or Akitum is a spring festival held in the first month of Nisanu in ancient Mesopotamia to celebrate the sowing of barley. The Babylonian and Assyrian Akitu festival has played a pivotal role in the development of theories of religion, myth, and rituals, which the purpose of the festival remains a point of contention among both historians of religion, and Assyriologists, it is certain to have played a pivotal role in regular setting of an agenda, priorities, and to the overall advancement of Western civilization as being one of the first regularly occurring forums where proposals for social maintenance or change could consistently be made and crucial issues readily addressed. Now that's a mouthful. Let me see. Do we have a picture of this Akitu? Okay, so that's him, Akitu. So that's what they worship in the time of March, in the time of sowing barley. And then you had the other one, which was Marduk, which Marduk actually is found in the scriptures. Let's go to that. Jeremiah 50 verse 2. Declare ye among the nations and publish. God, so we have a commandment to declare and to speak this word unto the nations and publish, make known, make public. That's what we're doing via YouTube. When you record your video and then you press publish, then you send it out in the world and set up a standard. And what's the standard? The standard is the Bible. That's the measuring stick. Publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken. Babylon is taken. And who's Babylon nowadays? Babylon the Great is America. And so we are supposed to say that Babylon is taken, meaning the end is nigh for Babylon. That's why when the prophets come, then people get scared, because the prophets come to explain that their time is done. Their kingdom is done, as it says in Jeremiah 28 and 8. Prophesy against many kingdoms and many rulers. You see? So we have gotten the order as men of the Lord, as servants of the Lord, knowing the times that we're living in, to go out and publish and say that Babylon is taken, its end is come. Bel is confounded, Marduk is broken in pieces, which what was it? Marduk is actually Bel Marduk. And it says Bel is confounded, Marduk is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. Yeah, man, so we are saying that, if you look at America, America is already circling down the drain, man. Everything is breaking down, they're breaking their own economy into pieces. They're breaking their house, because if you go into that word economy, it means house. So they are breaking their own system down, you see, and hopefully that they think that they're gonna rebuild a new one. But little do they know that the Most High has something else planned for them. Yeah, man. And also Jeremiah 51 verse 44 reads, and I will punish Bel in Babylon. And we know who Bel is. Bel is Baal. And I will bring forth out of his mouth that which he had swallowed up. So like it says in Job 20, the Most High is going to let him vomit everything up. All the riches and everything that he took and stole, he's going to let him vomit up also the jewels of the Most High, which are the Israelites. And the nations shall not flow together any more unto him. Yea, the wall of Babylon shall fall. Yeah, man, so Babylon represents America. So the wall of Babylon is going to fall, The protection and the force field, it's going to be the downfall of Babylon, Babylon the Great, which is America, So these are the scriptures that show you that if you read Jeremiah 51 is speaking about America, how it's not going to be inhabited anymore. You see? Only wild beasts are gonna stay there, and it's gonna be totally desolate. It's gonna be a dry place. It's gonna be like a desert. You see? Now let's go to Marduk. or Marduk. So this is Marduk. Marduk, calf of the sun, classic Syriac Hebrew. You see, in the Hebrew it's Maradak. You see, Marduk, Tiberian, was a god from ancient Mesopotamia and patron deity of the city of Babylon. When Babylon became the public center of the Euphrates Valley in the time of Hammurabi, 1800th century BC, Marduk slowly started to rise to the position of the head of the Babylonian pantheon. See, so Marduk was the head deity of uh, um, these Mesopotamian Babylonians. You see, so Marduk slowly started to rise to the position of the head of the Babylonian pantheon, position he fully acquired by the second half of the second millennium BC. In the city of Babylon, Marduk was worshipped in the temple of Esagila. Marduk is associated with the divine weapon Imhulu, his symbolic animal and servant whom Marduk once vanquished is the dragon Mushusu. Marduk is the Babylonian form of his name. And what do we have here? You have the same deity that is called Akitu that we just went into. You see? So that's how you see that from Akitu, it was Murdoch. No, it was Murdoch, and then it came into Akitu. You know, that's what they so-called worship. The name Marduk was probably pronounced Martiduk. Martuduk. The etymology of the name Martiduk is conjectured of derived from Amur Utu. And the rest you can read for yourself. Let me see. But somewhere it's supposed to say 15 names. Bear with me for a second. Gone. So this is it. During the first millennium BC, the Babylonians worshipped a deity under the title Bel, meaning Lord, who was syncretization of Marduk. Let me look up that word. Attempt to amalgamate or reconcile things, especially religious beliefs, cultural elements, or schools of thoughts. Syncretization. Gone. So basically, it's the same deity who was syncretization of Marduk and Lil and the dying god Demuzide. Bel held all the cultic titles of Enlil, and his status in the Babylonian religion was largely the same. You see? So it's actually Bel Marduk. It's the same deity. You see? Bel Marduk. Let's go back to the scripture. So it says, Jeremiah 50 verse 2, declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard, publish and conceal not, Say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Marduk is broken in pieces, which is the head deity, you know. But now, what is it come down to? Yeah, let me just read on. Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Marduk is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. Because why should we go out and declare that? Because the Most High is in charge of all things. The Most High gives the left hand power also, which is this Bel and Marduk and all the left hand side deities, with Satan on top. So when the Most High says it's over, then it's over, man. He has taken away their powers, their time to rule. Let's go into that word Bel, like we just read. Which Bel is Baal, and the outline of biblical usage says Lord, a chief Babylonian deity. You see? Baal, the Baal of the Babylonians. And the Chaldee lexicon says Baal, a domestic and chief god of the Babylonians worshipped in the Tower of Babel. You see? That also goes back to the Tower of Babel, man. And that's what Esau Edom wants to do. Again, he wants to make everybody one people, just like in the time of Babel. That everybody should leave their laws, everybody should leave their ways, and that they should, in unison, follow him. But the Most High is going to make a make a stop to that, man. He's going to make a change to that, like in the time of the Tower of Babel. These people are going to be confounded, man. Let's see, there was Bel, and this is Maradak, and the outline of biblical usage says, thy rebellion. That's what that word Maradak goes into. The chief deity of the Babylonians in the time of Nebuchadnezzar. See? So yeah, man. So this is what the people are worshiping since in the time of Jeremiah, since in the time of the Babylonians, since in the time of the Babylonians of Nebuchadnezzar. You see? So going back to the article. Gone. So the holiday celebrated the mythical victory of the sky god Marduk over the sea goddess Tiamat, and also involved the act of either crowning a new king or allowing the old king to continue in his rule. Either way, this 11-day festival would probably have put our current New Year's Eve parties to shame. Yeah, because those were the things that they were going into, man. They were, it was a festival, for that time. But what do they do now? Why do we celebrate New Year's Eve in January? Though the date of New Year's Day is obvious to us now, the holiday wasn't always celebrated in January. Throughout time, different cultures and civilizations typically welcomed the new year during a significant astronomical or agricultural event, like the Romans, who celebrated in March, following their lunar cycle until 46 BC. Then the Emperor Julius Caesar introduced the Julian calendar, which is the Gregorian calendar, because it's from Greece, honoring the month's namesake Janus, the Roman god of beginnings, whose two-faced allowed him to look simultaneously into the past and the future. Caesar instituted January 1st as the first day of the year. On this newly dated holiday, the Romans celebrated not only the offering sacrifices to Janus, but also by exchanging gifts, attending parties, and decorating their homes with laurel branches. You see? So when Julius Caesar came into rulership, he changed this. So he changed it to that people come in January the 1st to worship Janus, which is their Roman god. You see? Yeah, so Julius Caesar introduced the Julian calendar honoring the month's namesake Janus. You see? So let's go look up that. Janus, the ancient Roman religion and myth. Janus is the god of beginnings, gates, transition, time, duality, doorways, passages, frames, and endings. He is usually depicted as having two faces. The month of January is named for Janus. According to ancient Roman farmers, almanac, almanacs, Juno was mistaken as the what? To tutelary deity of the month in January, but Juno is the tutelary deity of the month June. So this is Janus. That's a two-faced demon, two-faced deity that these people worship on the 1st of January. You know, when people say, "Yeah, what did you do last year that you regret, and what is gonna be in this new year, your New Year's revolution?" You know, the things that you're gonna do better this year. So this is the deity that they worship, man. A deity of duality, doorways, passages, new beginnings. Let me see. So I'll put all these links in the description box so that you can go to it yourself. You know. So like yeah. Gone. So basically, that's what I wanted to touch on real quick. I'll put the articles in the description box, and let's go to the scriptures. Let's go to Revelations 17, verse 4. Because this, let me just read the scripture first and let's go into it. Revelation 17, verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. So that woman is speaking about America, was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, meaning, you know, this. You see what they wear in Vatican City, right? They also wear purple and scarlet color. You know, that's a sign to notice, like, okay, so this is speaking about those people. You know, the Most High, He works in mysteries. So these are one of the things you can see, like, okay, in the Vatican City is their spiritual headquarters, and London is their financial headquarters, and America is their military headquarters. But America is the one that's going out of order right now, you know, because they are doing certain things with where the mother, which the mother is England, the mother is going to be sure confounded when she sees how these presidents and America is handling certain things, which is that whore, you know. So the woman, which is America, was arrayed in purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. And those are the gold that they stole from all these other nations, from all these other countries, you know. And also they have the gold of the Most High, you know, the jewels of the Most High in their possession, which is the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of fornication. So what is that speaking about? That's speaking about that cup that they are, the philosophies that they are making the whole world drunk with. And these philosophies are not just philosophies that they just came up with. No, man. Like we just read that that 1st January that you come together and eat and drink and give gifts and reflect on the past and the future. That's you worshiping Janus, and Janus goes back to Bel Marduk, which Bel Marduk goes back to Akita. You know, so it goes back to 4,000 years, 2,000 years BC. You know, so these people, they search out certain things, like the scripture says, they're wiser than Daniel, so they search out iniquities for these people to, their slaves, these people to engage into, because they search out iniquity. And what is iniquity? Iniquity is sin upon sin. So they search out these things like, hey, how can we make these people beacons of wickedness, beacons of iniquity? How can we keep the people in the dark and make them like a walking battery for us, a walking battery for us to suck the wickedness out of, So people, by default, you are Babylonians. By default, when you are born into this society, you are doing and keeping traditions of men that are against the Most High, that are for the left-hand side. You see? So let's go to the book of Ezekiel. Ezekiel 28, verse 3. And it says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee." And that's speaking about Esau, Edom. So the Most High made him wiser than Daniel. And Daniel was very wise in his time. So now the children of wickedness, which is Esau, Edom, they are surpassing the children of light. And the children of light, those are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites. So the Most High gave them the power. The Most High gave him this time to rule. And he's like, okay, you're going to be wiser than Daniel, man. So these people, they search out iniquities. These people, they search out treasures. They search out tombs. They have the technology to dig up stuff, with their archaeologists and stuff like that. So they find out things and they're like, oh, so this is what the ancient Babylonians were worshiping. And yeah, I think we should worship this also, because that's how they had their power for that long, or so much, like the what was it? Needle of yeah. Her name is on the tip of my tongue. Cleopatra, the needle of Cleopatra. That all goes back to that obelisk, which is also in the time of the Babylonians. You see? So all these things, all these deities, they put it into one cup, which is the cup of abominations, wherewith they make the whole world drunken with. Let's go jump back to Revelations 20, verse 3. This is Revelations 20, verse 3. "And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up." And who's that him? That him is Esau, Edom. So they cast him down into the bottomless pit. So the angel shut him up in the Caucasus Mountains and set a seal upon them, that he should deceive the nations no more, because that's what Esau, Edom is set up to do. He's set up to be a deceiver, deceive these people into doing things that they don't obviously want to do if they would know about it. But Esau tricks them into doing certain things, so that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he shall be loosed as little season. Come on, so that 1,000 years that was fulfilled is the time that the Moors were ruling in Europe, until it was from 1400 till the 325. you know, Salakia. It was the Byzantine Empire. Let me look it up real quick. Byzantine. Yeah. You see, it was from 395 until 1435. That was the Byzantine Empire. So that's when we were ruling, the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans were ruling in Europe. And after that, he would be Little Caesar. So after that, then he came and he covered all the faces of the statues and destroyed everything. So he came with iconoclasm and he destroyed everything and he covered up all the images with his faces, you know. That's why they call it the Renaissance period, which the word Renaissance goes into rebirth. And it's the rebirth of who? The rebirth of Esau Edom, you know, the rebirth of the so-called white man, so that he can deceive the nations. And that's why he's still now in rulership by deceit. You know, that's his purpose. That's his sole purpose, to deceive the nations. And he has a sword as the blessing. You see? And what's the modern day sword? Gun, you know, weapons. That's what he has. So yeah, man, I just wanted to touch up on that what you are worshiping is this, Janus. And hopefully, I hope this video is edifying. And I want to say, Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham, Rika Kodash, Shalom Akim.